Today we have the 2020 Toyota Camry XSE V6, fully loaded, top trim, tons of features, and for 2020 we get some extra updates to keep this the #1 selling midsize sedan. We're gonna go through a full review, exterior, interior, and a test drive coming right up. Real quick before we get started, I want to give a big thank you and shout out to my friends at Sport City Toyota in Dallas, Texas. They were nice enough to get this ready for me to show you guys. If you're in the DFW area, please be sure to check them out and find their information in the description below. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in for this 2020 Toyota Camry XSE V6 review. Now there is a new TRD trim and there's also some other new features with this 2020 Camry. The TRD trim I'll do in a separate video hopefully, but this will primarily be this XSE V6 and everything you can get for your money on this Camry. So the XSE V6 is going to start at just under $36,000, but this one is around $40,000. Now, starting up here on the front, we have LED high and low beams with LED daytime running lights integrated right on that inner corner. And you can see that LED blinker there as well. Parking sensor up front. One thing though is there's no fog lights, which is a bummer. I'd like to see those. But we still have this gloss black mesh grille. I like the grille on this Camry. I think that this redesign from the 2018 model is pretty nice. It's definitely bolder than the old Camrys. And this color right here is the wind chill pearl. It does have some flake in it. It looks pretty nice, especially in the sun. It really shines. It's got some nice sparkle to it, and Sport City Toyota was nice enough to wash it for me. So big thanks to them. On the outside for 2020, nothing is really different, at least on this XSE V6 Camry. But we can still get this two-tone paint. As you can see, you've got the black roof up top, which looks nice with this white color. It's only with certain colors, but it does look nice in my opinion. We have 19-inch black machine finished wheels with 235 40 series tires. You're gonna have vented brakes in the front and solid disc brakes in the back. And these are actually bigger than they are on the non-V6 trims, I believe. The mirrors over here are body color. We have LED turn signals integrated in them and a little camera underneath of those as well. And they are also heated with the blind spot indicator. This does have the smart key system, which I'll show you, but another thing to note is down below, we have those rocker panels down there, that black one down there, and kind of a body color right up above that. So the Camry definitely gives you some aggressive styling for this class especially. And as we go around to the back here, you can see these kind of fake little vents, which give it another little, just another little flare. And in the back, we will have some LED taillights. You've got this 4-pipe exhaust tip down here, which is pretty cool. So you take a look at those. They're actually black on this trim, which is unique, something that I really didn't expect, but I think this car looks pretty nice. You even got the XSE badge on it, the black Camry badging. They did a pretty nice job with it. Another thing is we will have an independent suspension, and the XSE here and the S models are gonna have a Sport Tune suspension. Now the cargo area for the Camry, there's a little button right around this Y. You can open that up, and this will give us 15.1 cubic feet, which isn't the best in class, but certainly isn't terrible either. It does accommodate some pretty good size items. And one nice thing is that we have pull tabs on each side to lower the seats down, so you can fold those. And when I throw a carry-on suitcase in here, you can shove it back there pretty well and still have a lot of space for some other carry-on suitcases or bigger suitcases or just some big items, even wide items. You've got good space in the pockets as well. The Camry gives you a smart key system with push-button start and remote start thanks to our radio system. Just push and hold this down 3 times for a while. And the way that it works is probably my favorite way, is that you can just push that to lock it, or you can just stick your hand behind there to unlock it. And usually it's pretty smooth. The 2020 Camry is going to give us 8-way leather seats with 2-way lumbar support, and this one has these really bold red leather seats that I would just love to know if you like them or not. I think it's really cool that you can get those in a car like this. Heated seats are standard on this model, and the big news for 2020 now, optional, is ventilated seats. You couldn't get that before on the Camry, but now we have ventilated seats in this one as well. The one thing is that there's no memory option like there is on the Avalon, but overall seat comfort is good. The headrest maybe is a little far forward for my taste, but overall there's good support, there's good bolstering, and everything in here just looks nice. Taking a look at the inside of the Camry, we've got soft materials for your arms up above, down here, nice soft red armrest, good grab handle as well. A couple bottle holders, but my large bottle does not fit down there. Right on the inside, we've got a little storage bin right there for a couple unique items if you want. Automatic high beams, traction control, your 360 camera, open the trunk, and your fuel door. Now the inside of the Camry is a little bit different than some of the modern trends like the tablet style screen. It is integrated into the dash. You've got the nice red soft material there, a soft nice material up above. There's not really cheap materials in the Camry here, which is nice to see. We've got push button start, and it's very quiet when it starts up. This is a leather wrapped steering wheel. It does feel nice. Its leather is good. Got a couple small sport grips there, and a 3-spoke design. You've got all the necessary controls for cruise control, radio, your information display on both sides of the steering wheel. And then we also have paddle shifters on this one as well, since it's an S model. Right up above, you've got a couple big gauges on each side, actually 4 gauges technically, and you've got a 7-inch digital information display in front of you. The 7-inch display is nice. There's a lot of information that you can see on here. Pretty much everything you would want, you know, compass, you've got radio, you've got your tire pressure, you've got all your safety systems on here, very customizable as well. And as you can see, there's the HUD, the head-up display. Now taking a look at our information display, this is where one of the new things comes in for 2020. We now have Android Auto available. We've got Apple CarPlay, as you can see right here, but now we have Android Auto. And it also has Alexa, and now another new thing is that SiriusXM is standard on every single trim level. The thing I like about this Camry system is that we've got real physical buttons on both sides. You've got a pretty good sized volume knob, a tuning knob as well. So you've got your tactile buttons, and there's even a CD player up above, which is something you don't see anymore. And as you can see, we have the JBL system. It is a 9-speaker, 800-watt system, and it does sound nice. Now, if we back out of Apple CarPlay, a lot of you have probably seen things with Toyota's information center here. It is pretty customizable. There's a lot that you can do with it. You can even change the color settings on it. You've got navigation on this one, which is optional on top XSE trims, but we have it. And another thing that's really nice is we have a 360 panoramic bird's eye view. You can have it do this. When you just push the button and you're sitting still, it's going to give you a round view of the car. And if I put it in reverse, we've got dynamic lines for our backup camera. You can see that over there. And your intelligent clearance sonar, aka your radar sensors, your parking sensors, are going to beep and show up on here as well. This Camry's got dual zone automatic climate control. Everything feels pretty nice up here. Good, easy to use controls as well. No complaints at all with that. And then right below that, we've got a USB port for your Apple CarPlay. It is not a fast charging USB port. I'll show you the others that are. 12-volt power outlet. You've got a wireless charging pad right here if you want to use that. And if you don't use that, you can push it out of the way and you have a pretty deep storage bin right there, which is nice. My bottle does fit in this cup holder. Both of these cup holders are nice. Good solid feeling shifter. You've got a manual shift mode, the S mode if you want to do that. And then you've got Eco, Normal, Sport, brake hold button, electronic parking brake. And another new thing is the ventilated seats. You couldn't get those on Camry before, just on the Avalon, but you've got 3-tier heated and ventilated seats, which is really nice to see. I'm glad Toyota is updating their cars as they go. Nice, wide, long center armrest. Tons of elbow space here. And if you like to have your elbow on here and on the steering wheel at the same time, you can do that. But we get this up out of the way. We've got 2 fast charging USB ports, good to see, and then a pretty good sized center console overall. Toyota also gives you a locking glove box, which is nice, just your average size glove box. Automatic dimming rearview mirror with garage controls as well. And then up above, you're going to get LED interior lighting for some nice bright lights. If I get one of these Camrys for a full week review, I will do the interior and exterior lighting displays. And then we've got a panoramic roof, and I've got the shade pulled all the way back already. And in a midsize sedan, that's something that you don't expect, but you've got one in the Camry. The only negative to having that panoramic roof is you don't have an integrated sunglass holder up there. Otherwise, you would. And then for visibility out of the Camry, that front pillar is not too bad. For a sedan, visibility is really pretty good. It's not super sloped back there. Got decent visibility out the back. And to top it off with the Camry, you have ambient lighting at night. Now hopping into the back seat of the Camry. Camry does have pretty good headroom because of its design, and we still got that red leather in here as well. Passengers still get a semi-soft material on the upper and a nice soft armrest right here as well, and a couple small bottle holders right down there. And now sitting behind myself, 5'9", got pretty good knee space, pretty good foot space as well, and I can definitely sit here comfortably, no troubles. We have rear AC vents. There aren't any USB ports or charging ports back here, and there's a smallish to medium-sized hump in the middle. Right over here, we also have this fold-down armrest with a couple decent-sized bottle holders. Fold that up, and then you've got some space in the middle. If I sit in the middle, I have no headroom. That's something to think about. But sitting right here, I can sit up tall without my head actually touching, which is great. And then there's LED lighting back here as well. The 2020 Camry goes with a 3.5-liter naturally aspirated V6 engine, which is direct and port injected, which is going to give you 301 horsepower, 267 pound-feet of torque, which comes out at 4,700 RPM. So a little bit later into the pedal, you'll get that power paired with an 8-speed automatic, and miles per gallon is going to be 22 city, 32 highway, and 26 combined. This is also going to be with a 15.8 gallon fuel tank. All right, everyone, thank you so much for sticking around for this test drive. So this is my first time driving the V6 Camry. I've driven the 4-cylinder and the hybrid if you want to check those out, but this will be just impressions on this V6. And my first impression of the Camry is just that it's smooth. It just feels more refined than the last generation. It's quiet, it's smooth, and it just feels nice. So one thing that I kind of noticed right away is that the steering, it's responsive, but it's lightweight, which I think a lot of you will probably like in day-to-day driving. It's just maybe not going to feel as sporty as some models. All right, and this is just front-wheel drive. Let's give it a little bit of juice. Wow. It's very quick and responsive. That was much more responsive than I was expecting it to be. Honestly, it's downshifted real quick, and we are just in normal mode. The handling on the Camry feels good, and I think the best part about it is that the suspension, it's just very well planted. Everything feels nice. It's still smooth enough. Of course, you're going to feel a little bit more compared to the non-sport tune suspension on like the X models, but it's still smooth, and it's going to keep you well planted. And that's one thing that I even noticed in the hybrid as well. That's still handled well. Now there's just nothing that replaces the feel, the driving sensation and feel of a naturally aspirated V6 in a sedan like this. You just don't get that anymore. V6s used to be around, but now it's going to all turbocharged engines, and I'm glad that Toyota stuck with this V6. Now obviously I'm not able to spend a lot of time with it. Hopefully I can get one for a week from Toyota to give you my decibel ratings and all that, but everything seems quiet. I haven't had any rattles, which is great. Just my absolute favorite thing, and I think the biggest reason to go for this top trim in the Camry is to get that V6. This V6 is just unparalleled in this class, and it just feels great. Otherwise you got to go to the Avalon to get the V6. So it's responsive, it's quick. Let me actually put it in sport mode, and it automatically bumped up the RPMs just a tad. It's not going to be super aggressive, and with this 8-speed automatic, its goal is still going to be efficiency. So it's going to probably be more delayed than a sports sedan, of course, because it's a family sedan. But for most driving, it's great. And just with partial throttle, it is zippy. It just gets up to speed so quick. In fact, I'm gonna put it in the paddle shifting mode. Downshift was fairly smooth. Of course, it's not gonna shift like a sports car, but that handling is great. You can just corner with ease and no trouble at all with that. And I'm definitely impressed. I wish I could spend more time with this car and show you more, but I don't even know my way around this area around the dealership. But really, overall, in conclusion, the Camry is just completely unique in the fact that all models still have a regular transmission and this V6. This is what you want to go for. And getting up to 40 grand with this car, you get a lot of features, but that does get expensive for this class. So leave your comments below what you think of the Camry, especially this top XSE V6, the blackout badges, all the extra features, and just all of that good stuff. Leave your comments below. Subscribe for more videos just like this one. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.